Hey guys, it's the Keto King here, and today we are going to be making a Keto Strawberry. Guys, this is one of the easiest keto cheesecake recipes I could find anywhere, and I can tell you, you guys are going to love this. What you need for this Keto Strawberry cheesecake are some cream cheese, some sour cream, eggs, a sweetener of your choice, vanilla essence, lemon juice, berries of your choice. I'm using strawberries, but blueberries, raspberries would work too. Some almonds or sunflowers. We're going to be using it to make almond meal or sunflower seed flour. Both will work here in this recipe. And some butter. And that's it. Let's get right to this keto recipe. We're going to start off by preheating our oven to 340 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright, and grab yourself a bowl. Then we're going to add in 200 grams of almond meal or almond flour. Now both will work for this recipe. All I did was I popped in my almonds into the blender, blended them up, and you end up with some almond meal like this. Sunflower seeds can be used in the exact same way. Put the same quantity in your blender, blend it up until as fine as possible, and use it in the same ratio as the almond meal here, and it'll work just great. I did that exact thing in my keto Christmas cookies, which I'll put a link to on the screen. Then you'll be adding 3 tablespoons or 45 grams of melted butter. Just simply pop it in the microwave for a few seconds until it melts. And then we'll be adding 1 tablespoon of a sweetener of your choice. I'm using xylitol. Xylitol and erythritol are both my favorite choices to use. There's a link in the description box to buy xylitol and erythritol on Amazon.com if that's somewhere where you shop. So go take a look at that. And I always forget to mention this in the videos. Guys, if you look in the description box of the video, I put the macros and the ingredients list for every recipe I have on my YouTube channel. So don't forget to go check out that description box. Grab yourself a spatula and just mix this in. It really doesn't seem like enough liquid in the beginning, but just continually work it and you'll see it eventually starts clumping together into a shape where you can actually press it into the base of the keto cheesecake. And there you go, you have this wonderful dough-like substance which we can use as your base. Then grab yourself a spring-form pan and take your dough and simply spread it out like the base for the keto cheesecake. Alright, and this is what your base should look like. Just nice and flat, doesn't need to be too high. Then we're going to pop this in your preheated oven at 340 degrees Fahrenheit for 5 minutes. And then after the 5 minutes, take it out. It's obviously not done, but it's a little harder than what it was before it went in. Just place that aside. Okay, and let's not create any more dishes than necessary. We're going to reuse this bowl. And we're adding in 500 grams of cream cheese. Then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. And then I'm adding 3 tablespoons of xylitol. You can add as much or as little as you want. I prefer it a little less on the sweeter side, but you can add maybe 4 or 5 tablespoons, really up to you. So I'm adding 3 tablespoons of the sweetener. Then we're going to be adding in 4 eggs. And now you want to mix this up until smooth. You can do that using a whisk, using a handheld blender. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pop this into my Vitamix. And once fully blended, grab your keto cheesecake base, which you put in the oven earlier for 5 minutes, and then simply pour this on top. And while our keto cheesecake is baking in the oven, what we're going to do is make the topping for it. So what you're going to grab is 100 grams of any berries of your choice. Now I'm using strawberries, frozen or fresh will work. You could use blueberries, raspberries. Put 100 grams of these berries into a pan. You want to put the pan on a medium to medium high heat because we're going to reduce this. Then add 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 to 3 tablespoons of a sweetener of your choice, Turn that heat up so it starts to boil. Right, and now you want to get it boiling like this. Just be patient and stir it from time to time, and as you'll see, they'll slowly reduce over time. And just a few minutes later, look at how this is thickening up, almost becoming a jam or a jelly-like substance. Just gonna do this for a little bit longer. Alright, and now this looks done to me. Look at how thick and wonderful that looks. Turn off your heat and take it off the stove top. And once it starts cooling, you can see it's actually now a jam-like texture, and in fact it tastes exactly like jam. I'll put a link to my keto jam recipe in the screen now. Really, this is pretty much how we do it, and I can tell you this tastes fantastic. And after 30 minutes, as you'll see here, it's getting some brownness around the edges. There's definitely still some wobble to this cheesecake, as you can see there. Don't shake it too hard, otherwise you see what happened there. It just broke it a little bit, but there's still a bit of wobble to it. So what I recommend here to try and prevent cracking of this cheesecake is to leave it in the oven, switch off the oven so it's completely off, leave your oven open, and then let it cool down like this. Obviously, once most of the heat is gone out of the oven, we'll take it out of the oven and leave it on a drying rack on the counter. Alright then guys, once this is cooled down, what you're gonna do is just release the pan. And there we go, it comes out. Now unfortunately I do have some cracking on the top of the cheesecake, but it's not a problem at all. We're going to be putting a topping on it. Firstly, no one will see it, and it won't affect the taste at all. Right, so what we're going to do next is grab yourself some sour cream. Grab a bowl as well. Now the quantities for this is really up to you. I'm not going to give you any quantities. You're just going to have to judge how much of this you need for the topping. I'm going to put a few tablespoons in. We're then going to add a sweetener of your choice to the sour cream. I'm using roughly 1 tablespoon here, but again, just mix it in and taste it and add more or less according to your preference. But bear in mind, we are going to be putting on that strawberry jam that we reduced into a jam-like texture, and that in itself is quite sweet. Then we're going to grab the strawberry jam, I guess is the best way to describe it now. It's really hard because it's cooled down. I'm going to pop this in the microwave for a few seconds. And after about 20 seconds, you can see this is more workable. Now what we're going to do, simply grab your... And after adding your toppings, you end up with a baked keto strawberry cheesecake like this. Your sour cream and drizzle this all over the top. Alright, and it looks a little something like this once you're done. Hey, you could leave it exactly like this if you wanted. It really looks great, and I promise you it'll taste fantastic. But now this keto strawberry jam is gonna give it the edge. Just simply drop little drops of the strawberry jam all over the keto cheesecake. Now once this is done, you want to pop this in the fridge overnight before cutting. I just started cutting it and realized this needs to go in the fridge overnight. I know it's going to be difficult because damn, this looks good, but I'll catch you in the morning once this is set. Alright, so this is what the keto strawberry cheesecake looks like after sitting in the fridge overnight. As you'll notice, the sour cream topping has hardened nicely, so it really looks like a wonderful glaze on the top. Now we're going to cut a wonderful piece out of here and give it a taste test. Alright, and let's get this baby out of here. Oh, and look at this. Absolutely wonderful. That wonderful crust at the bottom, and look at this perfect texture of a cheesecake. firm, but still got that lovely soft touch. The topping, as I said, is hardened. Man, guys, this looks so good. Look at that. Alright guys, and as I'm always requested here, is to do a taste test on camera. So here we're gonna go. As you can see, oh, it's so wonderfully soft inside. Absolutely perfect. You can see that crust is held together really nicely. Let's give it a taste. Wow. I'm actually a little bit blown away here. This is the second one of these I've made. The first one I overbaked it. It cracked far too much. The actual cheesecake was too hard. This is so beautifully soft on the inside. That topping tastes amazing. And then these blobs of this keto strawberry jam effectively that's on top. Those just give it an amazingly sweet pop, yet with a sour-like taste because of the lemon juice in there. Man, it is an incredible blend of sweet and slightly sour or zesty flavor. Whew, guys, I am absolutely blown away here. I'm gonna have another taste. Seriously guys, I could not be happier with this keto strawberry cheesecake. Really, it is the best one I have found out there, and I promise you, you guys are going to love it. As always, macros in the description box of the video. Go check it out there. While you are looking at the macros, don't forget to like the video. Leave me a comment down below letting me know how you enjoyed this keto strawberry cheesecake. Honestly, I love hearing from you guys. And as always, keep it keto.